Okay, so it seems like there's been a little bit of an update to the whole MegalodonVT kind of thing, and her calling out Twitch, as well as a ton of other VTubers calling out Twitch as well, for the kind of loss of viewership in general with a lot of creators. And obviously, this is affecting everybody, including VTubers, who have all been seeing a massive drop in viewership over on their Twitch. We went through this in the past couple of videos that we covered this. All of the top popular VTubers are currently losing viewership. Whether it's by a lot or by a little, it doesn't matter. They're all dropping, right? And it is one of these situations where people are worried, especially down in the lower kind of smaller streamer category, because again, people are losing a lot of different, viewers. And obviously, for someone like Megalodon or other bigger streamers, maybe it's not that much of an issue due to the fact, they already have a large amount of following. They can still get by with a lot of it. But it does become much more of an issue whenever you start going down into the 200s, the 100s, and even lower kind of viewership, because people then start to lose out pretty massively. And, it can feel pretty terrible to lose a huge amount of viewership, especially whenever a lot of them are still there in the first place. Now, obviously, if you guys didn't see the last videos about this, Megalodon pretty much reveals the fact that if you go to places like Twitch Tracker, you can see that the active users in the Twitch chat are still the same, but the viewership itself actually drops, meaning that it's completely different. And there's been many people revealing this on their streams and even going through their user accounts. Now, there's multiple reasons why this could be the case, due to like Chatterino and things existing. So they will appear as they're like in the chat when they're maybe not actually watching the stream. But I don't think the kind of difference would be this drastic to the point where you have like a viewership difference of like over 200, 300, even 400, right? Which is pretty insane. So again, obviously, a lot of people have been worrying about that, but more VTubers have spoken up about this in the comments and also on their own videos, including obviously people like Milky Way saying, "Thank you, Mega, for talking about this. I'm a cozy streamer with a relaxing voice. There are people who love to listen and just fall asleep to my voice, or even just do work or chores as I play games. They don't want to have to chat and be constantly engaged with the chat, and they should be valid and respected. It breaks my heart how Twitch isn't counting them. This needs to change Twitch," which is 100% true. You got people like Spite as well also commenting on this, saying "Preach it, Mega," which again is great to see. There's a lot of support. Milky Muse saying, "Thank you for talking about this. My viewership took a hit since they announced it against bots. And somehow got even worse now, from 200 CCV for a year to suddenly having around 70. I really don't know what to do." And obviously, yeah, it's become a pretty terrible time for a lot of VTubers out there, right? And there's been a lot of people as well with this kind of extension that shows you the users in the chat, and you can see the difference. 8 viewers versus 21 users is showing up. So people are starting to get very frustrated at what is going on here and what is really going on behind the scenes at Twitch. Now, there's been even more posts which we will talk about, but there was a clip from Camila actually talking about this, where she actually addressed it over on her stream. And yeah, she pretty much says that, Twitch implemented changes to eliminate botted views, but the way they did it resulted in lurkers, real viewers who don't chat, being incorrectly counted as bots, causing a drop in reported viewer numbers. Which, yeah, 100% true. And then she notes that she's been seeing a lot of accounts with botted viewers, suggesting that the changes fail to target the intended problem and instead is hurting legitimate streamers, which hits the nail on the head. 100% Camila is right there in saying essentially that, obviously a lot of these kind of changes that Twitch has made was to tackle bots and to tackle people, obviously botting. But the thing is, you still see people botting on the platform to this day. It's clearly not working, and obviously it's now just affecting all of these people who are lurking on streams and other places, because again, they don't want to chat, they don't want to sub, they don't want to do anything. They just want to watch the stream, which a lot of streamers do allow. And again, it's just basically hurting them rather than the people that they say that they're intending to actually take down, right? She also talks about like the negative toll, and that it's a serious kind of problem that has affected her deeply, causing her to feel down in the dumps and putting a significant mental strain on streamers, especially smaller ones, which, yeah, that is true as well. And obviously, she also has this to say about what Twitch should do in the future.
I think Twitch should revert whatever they did. Personally, it's what I think. If the changes they did don't even matter anymore. It didn't do anything special. It's unfair to them. them. I used to lurk a lot more, but now I at least try to drop an emote just to make sure my view counts. Hey, honestly, you don't need to. You don't need to do anything to make up for Twitch.
Let's be real. Streaming is your job, and Twitch has spent almost 15 years telling advertisers that your worth is tied to your viewer count. It's okay to be upset.
And you know what the craziest part is? It's like, I talk to my mods and I tell them like, oh my gosh, like well, it is still right. It is still true about me that I lack diversity. I lack all sorts of things, and I got really lazy and comfortable with what I was doing because my mom was sick and I didn't feel like doing anything. I felt like...
I'll use part of my paid chatter income in...
So yeah, obviously that was a little bit of what she had to say about that. But yeah, it's been affecting her. And it's been affecting a lot of streamers in terms of just the overall viewership and everything in general, which is terrible. And obviously, it's not a great thing to see. There's been even more posts like this from someone called Hema saying, "Good morning, cuties. I know this isn't usually my type of post, but I just wanted to say thank you to Mega, Miki, and Joel, some of the biggest streamers who are speaking up about this. I've been streaming for over 3 years as a VTuber, and I love it so much. I've been on my ups and downs from burning out to rebranding and so on. I've been blessed to meet a ton of amazing people and have had a ton of laughs. I've watched friends fly by me numbers-wise and dealt with my own jealousy / mental health. But this year I was better. I've been happier. I got so lucky to win a consultation, and it feels like I'm finally going in the right direction. I've been making small goals versus big ones, and my goal for this year was to get a 30 average CCV, and it was going so well. Until this changes happened and my CCV tanked. Most days I'm stuck around 10, and it takes hours to get even close to 20. It hurts. It hurts so much. I'm trying my best, but is it enough? Am I enough for anyone? Being a comfy streamer was hard, but now it's even more of a struggle. Most of my regulars are lurkers. What am I supposed to do? So yeah, obviously there is a screenshot with her kind of viewership going down as well, which is terrible. You know, it is affecting a lot of streamers and a lot of the comfy streamers. You know, it's not just affecting you know, sometimes you do have a lot of chats, and we did talk about this in my previous video. You know, we looked at some of the VTubers who have very, very active chats. You know, they're very involved in whatever they're doing. They like to comment on everything, and to be fair, they were fine. That's like streamers, for example, like Iron Mouse, people like that. You know, they have a very active chat. People join in, they like to chat, they like to do stuff. So the viewership was actually not too bad due to the fact that they're quite active. But whenever you start looking at people like, you know, yeah, cozy streamers who like to just talk and do stuff, and people just kind of like to lurk in there, or like ASMR or anything like that, right? Where people aren't so as inclined to engage or talk in the stream and more just lurk and, you know, have more lurker viewers. Well, they are going to be affected much more heavily due to the fact that they're not being counted, right? And obviously, Camila even mentions in this post with this in this clip, sorry, with someone saying, "Should I be emoting?" or like, "I've been emoting to get you boosted up." She does say that, you know, you don't have to do that, and obviously it is Twitch's fault for doing that. You know, it's Twitch's kind of decision that has caused this to happen in the first place, and they should be the ones to fix it. But I do think for the time being, if you do want to really support your favorite VTuber or whatever, and this is only if you're like, if you actually want to like fully support them and you're like fully behind this, again, you're totally okay to lurk, you're totally okay to, you know, not chat still. That's totally fine. But again, I know some people like to go the extra mile for their favorite VTuber, right? So if you want to do something like that, then obviously, yeah, just like leave a little comment, leave a little emote, whatever, maybe redeem channel points as well. I'm pretty sure that also counts. So again, just do that, because then obviously it does help them with their viewership, right? But again, you don't have to be doing that. You shouldn't have to do that, because Twitch should be the ones making the change. But as I said, there's a lot of proactive people in the community who like to help out their favorite VTuber. So that would be a suggestion that I would make if you really do want to help out someone that is going through, you know, a pretty tough time with CCV, right? But hopefully, you know, a lot of this kind of awareness that people are bringing out, this is why I'm making so many videos on it, because I want there to be more awareness as more people, you know, discuss this, and more people kind of make posts and talk about it, including bigger VTubers like Megalodon and people like that. Hopefully this is actually kind of getting across to Twitch. But at the moment, it doesn't seem like there's going to be any changes made whatsoever, and it's starting to affect a lot of people. And well, I just hope that this video and, you know, a lot of these other posts that are coming out do help to bring awareness to the situation, because people are being affected massively. You know, you got Neko Miki here saying, "You've been working so hard, and I'm so proud to see all of the awesome things you've been doing this year. Hopefully we can get some clarity soon." but know that you're doing an amazing job, so keep holding on till we do. So thank you, Vicky. I said it's so annoying, but you deserve all the success and happiness, Hema. I hope they fix your stuff soon. So again, obviously there's been a lot of support for this VTuber here, but again, it is an issue that is affecting more than just her. It's affecting, you know, tons of people, which is really, really sad to see. But yeah, as I said, go support your favorite VTuber, obviously. Go just kind of talk in their chat or whatever, or just still carry on lurking if that's what you still want to do. Again, I'm pretty sure they still get the same revenue. It's just their kind of viewer count changes, which can obviously affect things like sponsors and other things as well that are based around viewership. So again, obviously just keep an eye on that, and I just kind of want to make you guys aware that the situation is still ongoing and that there still hasn't been any kind of resolution to this at all. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameSubs, use my code Kazza, get 10% off. Again, they've got a ton of really cool stuff over there. Definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.